Hello, mic check. It should be working, but I'm still nervous every time. Hello, good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you are. I changed a couple settings around, so I hope everything still works, but we'll see. But as always, let me know if everything sounds okay, and if there are any issues, let me know. All right, I am particularly excited and nervous about today's stream because I made a promise to myself that I was going to start and kick things off with something special, and now I'm I'm nervous. I'm second guessing myself. I had something prepared. I have it prepared still, but yeah, I'm a little nervous. How are you doing? I hope you're okay on this lovely Wednesday. I have been looking at the questions that I received already. I'll also be taking questions just from chat live as we go on. But yeah, I had people send in questions in advance in case they couldn't make it to the stream. Hold on, let me lower the background music just a little bit. I can't. All right, well. Yeah, I basically wanted to do a Q&A stream because I figured I could make a video, but the live experience is more fun to me, more personal, and we can just continue the conversation from just asking a single question. Maybe, you know, there's questions following up on that, so I wanted to do a little Q&A stream. Regarding my experience as a transgender voice actor and singer, because obviously going on testosterone has really affected my voice. I don't know if anyone here has like been there with me for the entire journey, but yeah, today's my 5th anniversary. Exactly 5 years ago I started my hormone treatment. And I've been on testosterone ever since. And yeah, it has been quite a journey, and it has really affected my voice. It has affected, I mean, a great many things, but especially as a singer and a voice actor, that was a very scary thing for me, a very scary process to begin, but a very necessary process as well. So, and I'm excited to share my experiences with you today, answer any questions you may have. Don't be nervous about asking questions. If you ask anything that I'm not comfortable answering, I'm comfortable telling you that. So I can tell you that I'm not comfortable answering that question, and I won't shame you for asking it. And I may even explain to you why that is not a question I'm comfortable asking or answering. And maybe why it's not a particularly good question to ask. I think I've heard it all at this point. I think I've heard it all. None of your questions will startle me, I don't think. That's not a challenge, but yeah, I'm pretty confident that I'll be okay. So don't worry about asking questions and prying too much, because that's what this stream is for. So yeah, I will be going into, you know, details about my transition though. So if this is a sensitive topic for you that might trigger you, that's something you need to keep in mind as you watch this stream, because I will be talking about my own experiences with voice dysphoria, and I will also be sharing clips of my voice throughout my transition. So if that's something that might startle you or trigger you, please make sure to look after yourself first before, you know, continuing. So yeah, I think that's about it. that's about everything I wanted to say first. Yeah. Oh, I also want to point out, I launched, well, not officially launched, but I started my Discord server. So yeah, I started a Discord server. It should be available for you to click and join. If you scroll down a little bit, I think I added a button for you to join it. It's just a general server to hang out in and stay in touch while I'm not online, while I'm not live. Yeah, I'll be sharing behind the scenes content. I'll be sharing work in progress stuff. We can talk about stream ideas. We can talk about your ideas. We can talk about your content as well. Like, I've made a space that's just for creators there. So if you're a creator yourself, I'd love to get in touch and talk to you and get to know everyone. So that's what that's for. And I invite you all to join if you'd like. It's quite cozy. Yeah, so let me try and start up my Logic. I hope my computer doesn't die again, because that was scary last time. Did I remember to tweet? Gosh, I'm scared. I'm stalling. Okay, so what I wanted to start with today is a duet with myself. I've been recording my voice ever since I was 11, 12 years old, something like that. I don't have any of that really old audio. Actually, I think I have my first studio recording. We can listen to that if you want later. But yeah, I've been recording my voice by myself for years and years and years. I'm turning 27 in September, so it's been a while. And because I recorded my voice singing so much, I am left with a huge hard drive full of songs I sang throughout my transition. So where most people recording their transition and posting it online, they would have like this sentence that they would say every day, or like, this is my voice 1 week on testosterone, or you know, however many weeks or days or months or years. I had plans to do that as well. I never did. I did it once. Three months into my hormone treatment, I recorded a sentence. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. And I recorded it once, and never again. So I have that, because at that point, I think 3 months into my transition, I realized, into like my HRT. Weird bird, hello. I see your first time chatter, so thank you for being here. But yeah, the 3 months into my HRT, I realized, my voice is like starting to change, or I thought so, at least at that point. So I recorded it then, and yeah, never recorded it again. So I have that sentence for you. I can play it for you later. It's really weird listening to it now. I guess you'll figure it out, but yeah, I wanted to start with a duet because I stopped recording all these sentences because I figured, I record myself so much already. I don't really need to do a specific recording regarding my voice changes. So I'm left with a lot of recordings, and one of those I will play for you now. Let's see. This is a recording I did before I started hormone treatment, before I even started my transition. My mic, my chains were... Hold on. Come on, computer, you've got this. Oh my gosh! What's up, Ace? And crew? Hello! Thank you for being here. Oh my gosh, that's scary. Hello! Ah, thank you for the raid. That's my first ever raid. I was just explaining, this is terrifying. You picked a moment. I was just explaining how thank you for the follows, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. That's so sweet. I was just explaining that instead of doing recordings of my voice, you know, the classic, this is my voice, 1 month on T, I decided not to do that. Oh, there's my mic. Hello. Oh, I need to change the setting. Hold on. But yeah, because I record my voice a lot already, so I wanted to start today's stream with a duet with myself. So this is going to be a duet of me singing live with my pre-recorded pre-T voice. So that's an experience that you just decided to join for. So thank you for being here. And I hope it'll sound okay. Let me just fix some audio settings real quick. I am terrified. Okay. All right, you should be able to hear me now still. Hello. How's that? Do you hear my echo? Does the audio sound okay to you? There should be a little bit of an echo there, or a lot of a bit. I used to use a lot of reverb, so this is an old project. I recorded this. I can check actually. Let's see when I first recorded this. I think it must have been like 2016, 17, maybe? It's a while ago. 15, 16. These are my Logic projects. But yeah, that's pre-T, a long time ago. That's when I played guitar still as well. I stopped doing that, or well, I didn't really stop, but I didn't bother as much anymore. So yeah, this is an ancient recording of me playing guitar, and I will be trying to duet with myself for you guys live. Let's hope this goes well, because I'm very nervous. Okay. Yeah, here we go. My mic, yes, okay. If you were the ocean and I was the sun, if the day made me heavy and gravity won, if I was the red and you were the blue, I could just fade into you. If you were a window and I was the rain, I'd pour myself out and wash off the pain. I'd fall like a tear so your light could shine through. Then I'd just fade into you, in your heart, in your head, in your arms, in your bed, under your skin, till there's no way to know where you end and where I begin. If I was a shadow and you were the street, on cobblestone midnight is where we first till the lights flicker out. We dance with the moon. Then I just fade into you, in your heart, in your head, in your arms, in your bed, under your skin, till there's no way to know where you end and where I begin. I wanna melt in, wanna soak through. I only wanna move when you move, wanna breathe out when you breathe in. Then I wanna fade into you. If I was just ashes and you were the ground, under your willow they'd lay me down. There'll be no trace that one was once two, after I fade into you. After I fade into you. After I fade into you. That was scary. Oh my gosh. How was that? Let me change my mic back for you. Okay, I should be back to no reverb now. Whew, that was terrifying. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that was Fade Into You, a song that is scarily appropriate. I didn't record this back then knowing what it would mean to me today. I just thought it was pretty. But yeah, it has become a very, very special song to me because I ended up recording a duet. And I want to release one eventually. But the thing is, I duetted with myself this song 2 years ago as well. And then in 2018 as well. So wild to duet yourself as what seems to be an entirely different person. Thank you for sharing that. You're very welcome. Yeah, it's crazy to listen back. It doesn't, I know it's me, but I'm not that person, you know? It's weird. It's not, I don't think nostalgic is the right word. It's just distant, but still a memory. It's very strange, but not uncomfortable. It's something I've grown used to. I've always recorded my voice, so I've always been used to the sound of my voice. So yeah, it's not something that's uncomfortable to me. It's surreal, kind of, and usually the reactions I get, they spark a bit of joy. I've performed this song, not live. This was the first time doing it live, but I host panels with my mom, lectures and stuff like that, not just about my experience being trans, but also about her experience where her child has transitioned, because there's a lot of attention nowadays, not enough, but it's increasing, on educating people on, trans lives. And we wanted to bring attention to the lives of their allies as well, especially close family and friends, who may be supportive but also struggle, because the transition is a very intense thing to go through, or it can be, it usually is. And my transition has been good. I've been receiving the help I needed, and there was a therapist involved in everything. But my mom never got that for my transition, and she kind of had her own emotional journey to go through. So we did lectures and stuff on schools about our experiences together. And that's when I always would also play this audio. I would play the audio of me singing it, and I think that was my recording I did in 2018, maybe 2020, I don't know. I have those. We can listen to them if you'd like, to compare my voice, because that's a really interesting way to see how my voice has changed. I mean, I can tell you how it has, but I can also just show you. And I have a couple more projects like that I recorded multiple times that we can dig into if you'd like. I don't know if that's interesting to all of you, but that's something that I have prepared in case you'd like to. But yeah, I think I'll dig into some questions first. It's awesome you have supportive relationship with your mom. Yeah, it was a journey. My mom has always been an ally to the LGBT community, but has struggled with my identity because she's always been like, oh, if you're gay, that's fine, and yay trans lives. But then as soon as I started bringing these topics to the dinner table, it got a little close to home maybe for her. I don't know. I can't really speak for her, but that's how I interpreted her struggle. She didn't really respond to my initial signs that I was dropping, and my need for help and validation in that sense, until I just very bluntly stated it to her. I'm like, Mom, this is it. And then she was like, okay, if that's what you want, then let's do it. I think she wasn't initially, supportive. She wasn't jumping at the opportunity, for me to transition. She didn't want me to have a difficult life. But, ignoring these needs wasn't going to make it any easier. And I think she came to terms with that. So yeah, we have a great relationship regarding my transition and everything else. It's been wonderful. My entire family eventually came around. So that was very nice. I'm very blessed. All right, let me start up the background music for you. And let's get into some questions. If you have questions, by the way, you can also drop them in chat if there's anything you'd like to know. And if you have questions about the questions asked, stuff like that, don't worry about it. You can just drop them in chat and I'll try my best. Whew, okay, well, I think it's good to get that out of the way. I was nervous about that. Now that's out of the way. Now we can get into into the good stuff, the questions and everything. So let me open up my Google form. The questions are anonymous, by the way, in my Google form. So if you'd like to ask your question, but you want it to be anonymous, you can head to my Twitter, and I should have tweeted about it fairly recently. How long have you been singing for? I've been singing, well, I'm not sure exactly. Like I always relate it to this one core moment, because I would sing casually. But I played bass in my school band when I was like 12 or 11. And we were an instrumental band for the longest time. And then we hit the studio, and the band was actually not really a band. It was me and another guy. But yeah, we like to call ourselves a band with hopes of manifesting more members. And yeah, he played guitar, I played bass. Our German teacher would sometimes be our drummer. But this one day we went into the studio. He had a friend who had a studio, and we recorded a cover of Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana, and we did a cover of Crush, Crush, Crush by Paramore, and we did it instrumentally to a drum track. It was a very cool experience to get to play. And then he was like, okay, so now we're going to take a break, and then after our break, we're going to start the vocal recordings. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Are you going to sing? And he said, no, you are. And he pushed it onto me. He was like, you're going to sing. I've heard you sing, and you're capable, so you're going to do it. And before then, I'd only been interested in playing instruments. Singing was never something that was on my mind to take on as a role. Like, I admired my friends who could sing, but it wasn't really my thing. Until that day, I recorded, and I have that recording. We can listen to it later if you'd like. That's another embarrassing audio file for me to expose to you. But yeah, so I've been singing, I guess, like consciously since I was 12 or something like that. 12, 13, around that range. Hi Tazzy, what's up? What's up, Tsundere? Is it okay if I call you tsundere? Tsundere. All right. So the first question I received on my Google Doc or form is, how long did it take after going on T to feel confident about singing again? Did it feel like having to start from scratch skill-wise? Tsun is fine. Okay, I'll call you Tsun then. That's a lot easier. How long did it take? Okay, so to feel confident about singing, that's been a journey with ups and downs. I continued singing for the first it must have been 8 months, 9 months until I started really noticing. I think in January was when I started. So I started in July, and then in January my voice was changing a lot. Like it suddenly dropped. And I think 5 months into my transition was when we started hosting auditions for Nine Mermaids for New Chica. Off the top of my head, I should have written these details down to make sure, but we can check on the Nine Mermaids channel. But yeah, I was with a girl group, and I knew in advance when I started it that I was gonna have to stop, because I knew at that point, like, I'm gonna transition, I'm gonna go on T, so my voice is gonna change. I continued singing throughout the entirety of my transition, and I think in January was when I started really noticing significant changes. There's a video up on my channel recording my progress for the first 9 months of my transition, and you can hear like the first files are pretty normal, and then there's a significant drop suddenly. Like it was just a one day I was at one range, and then another day it was just boom. It was completely not as deep as it is right now, but the change was overnight. It wasn't as gradual as I thought it was going to be. And to feel confident about singing, I think when my voice started really changing, I struggled a lot, because I lost the range I was comfortable with, and I lost my high notes. I lost basically familiarity with my voice, and that was good because my speaking voice was starting to resemble a voice I could identify with a lot more. But my skill as a singer, it was basically like starting from scratch skill-wise, which was basically the question. Like, was it like starting from scratch? Yeah, it felt like that. Obviously, my musical ear didn't change. I could still hear perfectly fine, but it's like my brain was sending signals for my vocal cords to do things, and my vocal cords just were not cooperating. So I would send a signal to sing a certain note, and it just wasn't happening. I would try to sing along with music on the radio, and I would be completely off pitch initially because I'd have to like look for it very uncomfortably, and I was so embarrassed because obviously singing off key, like, that's not something I want. So that was embarrassing, and although I embraced the changes in my voice, I was very happy to sense that it was changing. Singing wise, that was scary. Voice breaks are the worst. Yeah, they're awful. I have a couple. I have one particular one recorded in a file that I want to share with you later for another song that I can share with you, and possibly duet if you'd like today live. But yeah, so it was like starting from scratch. It was very scary. What's up, Wetbag? Thank you for being here. Yeah, it was starting from scratch. It felt that way. It's like my muscles were like, my brain and my vocal cords just weren't in sync anymore. I knew in my brain, still now, I have the muscle memory of my pre-T voice. So I can, like, especially for my head voice, I can send the signals to my vocal cords to go like, okay, and now I'm going to hit a really high note. And then my vocal cords will just like, they won't do it. It's not happening. So yeah, that's been a challenge. It got better over time, but it was like starting from scratch. Have your experiences changed, and have people spoken to you differently since people started clocking you as masculine, specifically in the realm of singing and acting, etc.? My experiences changed a lot. Um, like socially, obviously, I'm approached differently now. I am. It's very weird. Like the social transition and how people perceive me, how that has changed how people respond to me and treat me is wild, because um, I lived the first like 18 years of my life convinced I was a girl. So I lived quite a few years as a young lady, and I got to experience what that is like socially, socially, and that's my cue to take a sip of water actually. Yeah, so I got to experience what that was like socially, what it's like to be a woman, and what it's like to be treated as such, and then the significance of the change when people started, not perceiving and thus treating me as a woman anymore is wild. Like that's a stream in and of itself. It's wild. But in the realm of singing, yeah. I mean, the most obvious change is the one I'm the most happy about, which is I get roles that I identify with. I was perfectly happy singing girl roles, singing like female parts. I mean, I started a girl group. I didn't care, but it's very nice and affirming to now get roles that I identify with. And I always used to joke like, just watch, when I start my hormone treatment, I'm gonna be Markiplier in no time. That never happened, but I'm okay. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with not being a very deep bass voice. I'm comfortable. I'm happy with this. I think it would be really weird if I had a super deep voice. I think it doesn't really suit my personality. So yeah. But yeah, the biggest change in the realm of singing and acting is that I get different parts now. In the choir as well, I'm now usually arranged into tenors. I'm comfortable singing baritone, but I do have tenor dreams, so I like challenging myself a little bit. So especially within musical theater, it's a tenor's world. So I have a lot to learn. I have a lot I still need to practice on. I'm by no means a master of my voice right now, not at all. But I'm a lot more comfortable and a lot more confident now with how much I've grown over the past couple of years, especially in the last year. The change has been very significant in my skills and my control. I think that's what happened in the early stages. When my voice started dropping and breaking, I lost control of my voice, which is, if you're speaking and sometimes your voice kind of breaks, that's a little uncomfortable and embarrassing, but it's no biggie. But as someone who was used to having complete control over my voice as a singer, or maybe not complete, but decent control, it was very, very, it was very discouraging to lose control. Male Utitaland appears to be Tenorland as well, unfortunately for me. Yeah, Idol Land, especially, like male idols, tenors. Nachi, what's up? Hello, thank you for being here. Thanks for joining. Yeah, the Utitaland, there are a lot of high-pitched songs out there. You have to really look for the lower range ones. But honestly, I'm not against pitching songs and changing the key and making sure you're comfortable. And what I first started doing was I was just pitching down or singing an octave lower than the female idol songs, because that's very comfortable for me. It was actually last week, for the first time, I recorded a Love Life song in the original key, in the original octave for a collab I'm in. And that was, I didn't think I was going to be able to do that again. After how much control I lost and how much range I lost on the high department, I was not expecting to ever be able to do that. So I'm excited. I'm excited for that to come out. It's going to be good. But yeah, I heard a blend test of all the singers who had submitted, and I was like, oh my god, I'm the only low voice. I'm the only low octave. I can't. I'm gonna wreck that blend. I can't do that. So I committed and I squeaked out that high octave, and I'm pretty pleased with that. Do you miss being able to sing high notes, or is being able to reach lower notes totally worth it? I miss my head voice and how easy it was. Because head voice for my pre-T voice and my falsetto now are like on opposite sides of my, like, it's completely different. The experience of flipping into that head voice or that falsetto, completely different. Like I always knew that people refer to it as a break, but it is a literal break. Like the flip from head to, or from chest to falsetto is like a literal, like a switch you have to flip. And with my pre-T voice, it was very gradual. Like I could like very comfortably hum or like sing a note and then flip it like gradually. It was not a like a hard flip. It was just a slide. And I miss that because that was convenient. It was convenient, and I now really have to train. My falsetto, it's been developing, especially over the last, I would say, 6 months. Getting used to smoothly transitioning into falsetto definitely takes practice. Yeah, and especially because I am used to doing that in such a different way. I really took that for granted. But I'm training a lot, and I'm getting better. And luckily for me, I'm like mostly a recording artist. So when I notice I have a good falsetto day, I'll just record all my falsetto parts because I couldn't do this live every day now with how my voice is still, you know, different every day. Like one day I'll have a very good falsetto day, and the other day I can't even flip into it because I'm not practiced enough. So yeah, I practice, I try my best, I get a lot of help and a lot of experience actually from within musical theater. That's been a great boost. Joining musical theater productions has been an incredible boost to my skill and my voice. I feel like I really grew there. Let's see. How is the process of going on HRT and maintaining your singing voice and learning to sing in your new range like? Were there things that changed that you expected and anticipated? And were there things you didn't? How did you handle it? I think I sort of went into this topic already, but yeah, I just anticipated it going lower gradually. I didn't expect to just one day like experience such a significant drop, because I think the change was gradual. It was like very, very slowly changing, boom, and then it dropped and started, like from there on it continued to slowly change again. And I get the question still, like, oh, is your voice, like, is it still changing? And I'm like, I don't know, ask me again next week because I don't know. It's not changing anymore to the point where I can sense a clear difference in my range on like a month-to-month basis, but I do recognize that I'm regaining my control. My falsetto is recently, now I don't know if I can call it returned because it feels so different from my head voice, but yeah, my falsetto came into existence to a point where I can use it. Have you done any range tests recently? I have not. I should, actually. I should. But I've recently recovered from a really bad cold. So I think I'm kind of waiting to be in, like, my ultimate health state and in top condition before I take another test, because I want to put that range on my portfolio and stuff as well. So I want to make sure I'm at my best. But yeah, no range tests recently. Let's see. How do you feel listening back to the songs you recorded before you transitioned? I'm comfortable. I'm okay. It doesn't give me dysphoria, listening to my pre-T voice. I used to get dysphoric listening to my, like, transitioning voice, like the stages I hit. I can actually talk to you about this using a video if you'd like. Let's see. let's try heading to my YouTube channel, and I can go through it now, and I can actually tell you right now what I feel as I listen to it, because I haven't listened to it in a while. But I used to get this feeling of feeling dysphoric regarding my voice when I listened to recordings I took at times when I felt like my voice was changing a lot. So I was very proud of those recordings and be like, oh my god, my voice is so low. And then I listen to it now and I'm like, you sound like Mickey Mouse. And that gives me dysphoria because I remember how proud I was back then and how much I thought I had achieved. And looking back now, I'm like, oh, that I wasn't, like, I still sound so high. So I think my state of, I wouldn't call myself delusional then. Like, I was proud and that was genuine, and I let's celebrate that. But yeah, like almost to the point of where now I can look at that and think, yeah, no. And that makes me cringe a little bit. Oh boy, don't start. Oh god. Okay, my my cover automatically starts playing when I go to my channel. Let's see. Do I have? Where's my video? Good to hear you're taking care of your voice. Thank you. Yeah, I try. Let's drink water. Actually, I'll drink to that. Okay, so this is my video. That's an Genshin ad. If you want to look at the full video later, it's on my YouTube channel. It's HRT, my singing voice on T, pre-T to 9 months. Oh, we can listen to my speaking voice back then. Okay, so this was my speaking voice 9 months on T. That's gonna be an experience to go through together. Let's stop the background music. That's gonna be something. Okay, so this might, well, we'll find out actually how it makes me feel. This is my voice, 9 months on T.
Hey everyone, it's Sky. I've been on testosterone for about 9 months now, and in the past 4 to 3 months, I've really noticed my voice changing a lot.
I want to pause it there. I can tell how much I am forcing. I'm like, hey guys, it's Sky. Like, I'm trying so hard here to show off my lower range. I'm like, hey, look at this new range I've got, wow. Like, I can tell I was still trying back then. Right now, I'm just like, well, whatever. I'm a high-pitched, like, guy. I don't care. But I can tell that I'm kind of, like, trying to flex here.
Most trans guys I know record a little spoken message every month to keep track of the change, but I don't really do
that's
that.
a good one, too.
So instead, to show
the Chica search announcement, that was even worse.
Using recordings from
This is not bad.
in the past 10 months.
This is not bad. I'm not too triggered by this. That's fine. But yeah, in this video, I show two audio recordings of projects I was recording for, so we can take a little trip through all of my my fandoms and hyperfixations of those months. And yeah, it just, I don't know. I think the real significant change starts happening like 4 or 5 months in, but we can listen to a little pre-T one here.
Reach the sky, leaving everything behind. It'll take a lot of effort, but I will fly.
I pitched this instrumental because I couldn't reach the original key. Iris, what's up? Hello. Thank you for being here. It's lovely seeing you here. Let's see. Let me go to 2 months, 3 months. No, I don't want to listen to that one. Oof. I think 3 months. Use a little duet with Marina. That, honestly, I like to think of that as like my, it's ironic that it's a Rin and Len song, but that's like my little Len phase that I had, because my voice back then was ideal for singing his parts, because I had like a little bit of that that lower like timbre to my voice. It was starting to get like a little bit like a little bit of that. I don't know what that is, but you know. But I could still, you can hear, I'm still flipping effortlessly into my head voice. I still had it here. If we listen again. Like that's, I'm effortlessly flipping to my head voice. I miss that. I hope I can do that again. Like I hope I can train my falsetto to the point where I can do that, because oh my god, I'm listening to like singers like who have complete control over their falsetto, and I'm like, oh, I wish that were me. Yeah, I miss that for sure. Let's go. Oh, 5 months. Oh, this must be awful. I think this is when here's where my male idol dreams started taking shape, because I started recording Idolish 7.
Though I may fall down, I restart and try again. Never give up, it's our resolution. Alright! With our brightest smiles, we'll face another day. We're together, so I'm sure we'll be okay. Did you know that dreaming is more fun when you're awake? Step on dream, you and me.
Oh, I still have the woo there? Okay, that's interesting. Because I, quickly after this, I started like losing the ability, and I don't know if I can do it now, but like to go woo like that, I can't do it very well. That's a falsetto thing, and I can't consciously flip into that and do it like a proper woo. So that's another thing I need to train. But yeah, I can tell here I'm losing my control. I'm losing it. I can tell. And this is also before I discovered fine-tuning. So I didn't do any pitch correction whatsoever on these. So you can hear every single flaw, and it bothers me a little bit. But, you know, let's see. Another Idolish song. Oh, shout out to Marina.
Inside, we'll fight to the end. Shaking your heart, shaking your beat, running towards a brand new stage. Jump high, and you will see.
You can hear me straining, you can hear that I'm screaming. I was screaming for the majority of like the first, I would say, definitely between 5 months and like 5 to 12 months, I was screaming for these songs. I may have damaged my vocal cords back then, but I was so determined. Yeah, I was really trying, because I lost my high range and my comfort there, but I also, like, my low range sounded absolutely dead inside. So the low octave wasn't an option for me, because I sounded like I had no emotion whatsoever. There was no depth to my voice. I could hit the notes, but there was no, like, character to it. That's also developing, so that's good.
Generation wide, will unite.
No.
It's yes or no, won't you come along? The look in your eyes says take me with.
I can tell. I can't hit these high notes. I can't. I'm struggling. That's so... it's not embarrassing anymore, because I know I've developed. I can look at this now and think, yeah, I've come a long way. But yeah, it's something. I don't know. I wish I could just ruffle my own hair back then and be like, you'll get there. Keep working, buddy. You'll get there. Let's see, what's the last? Oh, this was one I was proud of, actually. I did a duet with Matthew, and I hit a high note here. I was able to scream it, and I was very excited. This is bad.
So if you do like me, forget the cage, cause we know how to make the key. Oh, damn, suddenly we're free to fly.
Like that high harmony in the background, I was so proud of that. That stands today. I will stand by that. I'm still happy with that. That was a proud moment. All right, that's enough of that for now. You can check out the full video if you'd like. It's in my my YouTube channel. Let's see. I'm gonna take another sip of water. You guys make sure to hydrate too. How quick did you start noticing the changes in your voice after you started taking hormones? Well, like I said, the big change was around 4 to 5 months, I would say. That's when I started really noticing a significant change. It started gradually changing up till that point, and then that's when it started really changing. How does hitting high notes feel now? Hitting high notes now feels, it depends. If they work out, it's so euphoric. It's so good. Like when it sounds right. Hello, hello. Let's see. Daisira. Am I saying that right? Dizira? I'm not sure how to say your name, but I hope I didn't butcher it too much. But hello, welcome. Yeah, hitting the high notes now, if it works out, it's euphoric. It's really good. Like I hit a little high harmony in my duet that I sang for you earlier, and I was like, yes, I did it. Like I was very pleased with that. Seems sus to me. All right. Do. Can I? I wanna kick that person from the chat. How do I do that? I'm struggling. Oh, there we go. Because that seemed sus to me. Okay. But yeah. Especially since I started training my falsetto and since it started working, like cooperating a little bit better, it's been feeling good. It's also very stressful. Like I'm nervous about these things, but it's getting better the more I practice. How do you get rid of the break between falsetto and chest to sing more powerfully? I used to be able to sing MCR songs pre-T, and now a year on T, I'm struggling and straining. I'd like to get that rock tone back, but still sound masculine. Any tips or exercises? Honestly, just keep at it. When, like you say that you've been on T for a year now, and that's when my voice was also the roughest. You've lost control, probably, if your vocal cords are any like mine. So just keep at it. Don't push yourself too far. Don't damage your vocal cords because, you only get the one set. But keep practicing and give yourself time. If you're like me, you're stubborn and you're gonna continue pushing. But please remember to take care of yourself. It will get better. Like really, your voice will settle, and you'll settle into your new voice and new talents as well. Like your voice, your approach might have to change to music as in general. Like my voice used to be very gentle, very soft, very high, and nowadays when I sing high notes, I sound like it's very, I would say like almost screamy, I guess. Like I'm loud and bright. It's not very fragile and thin anymore. So I had to change how I approach music, how I write songs. It had to change. So maybe you won't be able to sing the songs you liked in the same way that you used to. That's actually very likely. But that's okay. That doesn't mean that you can't still develop as a singer and discover new ways to approach music and fall in love with that all over again. So keep at it. I don't have any particular exercises I can give you because it's mostly like your voice just has to settle, pretty much. All right. I feel like maybe we should go into another little project if that's fun. Because I prepared another one. I prepared a song. I actually received the question too. What is your favorite song to sing? And I'll use that as a bridge to go into this project, because my favorite song to sing has been for a while by Goose House, Hikaru Nara. I really love that song, and I recorded it multiple times. So let's see if I can open that up for you. We can dig into that project. Let's not save. Because this is a song that I'm still practicing today to get the tenor parts right. The tenor parts are very difficult in this song, and I don't think I can sing them comfortably now. I feel like my voice is... I'm a little rough right now, I can feel it. But I still want to go into the old file and show you how my voice has changed over time, because I have multiple recordings and I can compare it live. It's very interesting to me. I don't know, is this interesting to you? I hope so. I hope this is fun. Oh, there's my mic. Hello. All right. Let's turn off the reverb for now. But yeah, these are recordings for my favorite song. I'm not sure if it's my favorite of all time, but this is just one I really love singing. So this is Pretty. That's very loud. So that was comfortable. That's just Pretty, me singing the song like I would. And then I have one file here that I listened to it earlier today to go through the files, because my recording projects are a complete mess. Like, I have so many tracks, especially if I return to a project multiple times to record, like, again and again and again, because, like, with Fade Into You that I sang earlier, and with this song, I revisited the file and I would record again. So I have the first recording done on like 2016, and then I have one in 2018, and you know. This one I called Barely on T, No Falsetto. So I've just started T here, but I've lost my falsetto, which should be funny. It's completely gone. That's me trying to use my vocal cords like I'm used to. But you can hear like I just flip into, well, whatever that was. I can't hit that note. And if I use my vocal cords this way now, I still can't do it. It's changed too much. Let me see actually if I can do it live now. Why don't we try? You can roast me if I if I go wrong. We'll see how much I've changed. But yeah, that was Barely on T. Actually, let's go again. 2018 on T, Solid Attempt is what I called this. Oh, I cheated. That's my... Oh, I know what I did there. I see, I cheated that. That G is not me. Or, well, it is me, but it's my Pretty me. I just edited that in. Wait, let's see what the original one is like then. This is gonna be good. My voice is gonna break. You can also hear, like, at the first notes, my pitch accuracy is wavering. It's bad. That's because like what I said earlier, I didn't have that control of my voice very well, so I had to like adjust my pitch as I started singing. It was very weird. Yeah, no falsetto, none. This is 2018. So, yeah, I'd been on T for a year. Can I do math? Yes. So my falsetto was non-existent. I couldn't do it, as you can hear. But my range had developed. Like, you can hear, this is pretty... That's pretty... It's not amazing, but I can hear my tone has started to develop there, you know?
あの日恋に落ちた
Like it's developed to a certain point. Let's see. Going into it a little bit more. My high range pre-T was also very fragile. I wasn't very confident singing high. I wasn't very confident in general.
瞬間のドラマチックフィルムの中の一コマも消えないよ心に刻むから君だよ君なんだよ教えてくれた暗闇も光るなら星空になる悲しみを笑顔にもう隠さないできらめくどんな星も君を照らすから
Yeah, that's fragile. It sounds fragile to me. I don't know. It's not bad, but it's just very different from how I sing now. Because of the way my voice has changed and the way I have to approach music now. Okay, so my voice feels my throat feels a little dry and rough, but I'm gonna give it a try. I'll probably take the lead in the chorus because, it's rough. So I'll have my pre-T harmonies for the duet. Give it a try. All right. I'm confident with how my first duet went, so if this goes wrong, then so be it. Does it sound okay? Is the mic okay? I'm in GarageBand now. Like I changed because this file is so old that I wasn't using Logic back then. Does it sound okay? I hope so. Do. Okay. Let's give it a try. I'm gonna do these lyrics from memory.
色づき溢れ出す
茜色の空青く君にあの日恋に落ちた
瞬間のドラマチックフィルムの中の一コマも消えないよ心に刻むから君だよ君なんだよ教えてくれた
暗闇も光るなら星空になる悲しみを笑顔にもう隠さないできらめくどんな星も君を照らすから
握りしめたその希望不安もきっと二人を動かす光になるから
Yeah, that was rough. That was rough. Sneak, I see you in chat. What are you doing in chat? Hold on. Sneak, I see you in chat. Why are you in chat? You should be playing D&D right now. Anyway, so yeah. If I were to record for this song now, I would not be content with my falsetto takes because I know I can do better and I'm capable of that. Like I sang it this morning and it was fine. But yeah, so I kind of like for recording, I depend on good days, and then for live performances, I depend on top physical well-being. Like I have to be in top condition. I have to do my proper warm-ups. I have to make sure that, you know, my voice is feeling good, I'm feeling smooth, good, and then I can depend on it for live performances. But I wouldn't feel confident, let's say, performing live every day for 2 weeks. I don't think I could do that right now. I don't think I'm top condition, not bottom condition. Got it. That must be why. Yeah, I'm never in top condition. That's my issue. Problem solved. Mystery solved. Not problem. Problem addressed. Mystery solved. But yeah. And then I also, another change that's significant that I noticed, I can't sing softly anymore. If I sing high, I cannot sing softly. I used to be able to sing high notes gently, like if you're singing along in a car. Like, I can't do that anymore. Like, I have to go full out belt, like to hit that that harmony here before the chorus hits. Oh, maybe I want to unmute. Okay, switching. If I want to hit this harmony here,
言えないよ心にフィルムの中の一コマも消えないよ心に刻むから
I have to belt that. I cannot sing that gently. Like, my voice, my throat is all the way open, my mouth is wide open. I can't hit it otherwise. I can't do it gently anymore. So that's something I gained, but also I lost. Like, I gained, I keep switching between the mics, I'm sorry. I gained the ability to belt because I did not have that. Like, as you can tell from my high range in my pre-T voice recordings, I did not have the ability to belt, or the confidence to, but probably also not the ability. Like, my voice just wasn't meant or trained to do that back then. And now it's all I've got, so I have to really polish that, and I'm trying my best to work on that. So yeah, that's a significant difference. Let's go back to some more questions. I have a couple more. Okay. Someone writes, okay, I'm also a trans singer, 6 months on T. I had a drastic voice change and I'm struggling right now. Any general tips to your voice adjusting with singing? How did you work on techniques like belting and falsetto and projection? Did you also lose falsetto? Did you train it back? Was there a period where you couldn't do certain techniques? Did they come back naturally, or did you do any exercises to train it? First of all, sorry that you're struggling. I'm sorry. I know what it's like. I've been there. You're not alone. And it does get better. Like I said, part of it is practicing, not with any particular exercises that I can recommend, just generally don't give up on your voice. Learn to love and appreciate it as its own new instrument and see what you can do with it. But also, you're 6 months on T now, so you're in a rough, like, I don't know if it's the same for everyone, but back then is when my voice drastically changed, just like yours had a drastic voice change. That's where the trouble, wow, I tried to say trouble and struggles at the same time. That's where the troubles really started happening for me as well. I started struggling a lot. I don't have particular exercises I can recommend you, like, oh, do this every day and you won't suffer. Like, no such exercise exists that I know of. There might be some, but since our position is pretty unique, I've always been interested in working with a vocal coach that is like trained to work with trans voices. And I've been in touch with one, but he lives on the other side of the country, so I haven't had the opportunity to book a session with him yet. But if I ever do, I'll be sure to pass any information I can gather onto all of you. But yeah, no specific exercises, just patience and self-care and self-love don't try to force yourself to sing in the way that you used to. Your instrument has changed, like your voice has changed, and you need to relearn how to use it probably. So allow yourself to struggle. Don't beat yourself up over it. And yeah, just keep at it. Don't overdo it because you'll damage your voice, but definitely don't give up, because you will notice improvement. Your voice just needs to settle, and it might take a year or 2 years before your voice has settled to the point where you start noticing improvement. But making sure to sing a lot, and practice, that has really helped me. Like, I started noticing my significant improvements when I started performing and practicing, rehearsing with musical theater production. Like, working towards a certain goal had really helped me push myself and train, and then working towards that and knowing I could do it. Like, I knew at that point I was capable. If I could practice enough, I could do it. It was for a particular show, Spring Awakening, and I was cast as Otto, and he has this one very significant solo, and it was a belt. It was a very powerful belt, and they were back then discussing if they wanted to rearrange a couple of the solos, to divide among other cast members as well, because we had an ensemble, and they were like, okay, so we might change things around, so the smaller roles might like lose a couple lines here and there to the ensemble. And I was like, yes, divide everything, take everything, but I want to have that. I need that. Like, I know I can do it. And we had our musical director come in to hear us all practice, and then based on that rehearsal, he would decide who he wanted for that part. And I was like, oh, please, 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 see enough potential in me, please. So I practiced really, really hard, and I got to do it. I was allowed, and I did it. So I'm very, very happy that I had that goal to work towards, because that really gave me the discipline and the motivation I needed to work towards something. Because you can practice a little bit every day. Basically, people say practice makes perfect, and that is not necessarily true. Because if you just do the same thing every day, you're not going to improve. You need to apply conscious learning. You need to apply, okay, what is it that I'm going to practice today? Not just singing, but what is it I want to improve on? How do I want to challenge myself? And then it doesn't have to be good what you do, but you are making conscious decisions to practice and learn. Because if you, like, I'm sure it's the same for artists as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if you doodle the same doodle every day, that doodle isn't necessarily going to improve much. But if you consciously practice certain aspects, like, oh, I want to make sure that I practice making this doodle colored very nicely, or like, I want to make sure that I get the expression right, or, you know, if you practice something consciously, then there's going to be improvement. So yeah, stretch your comfort zone. Don't stress it, but definitely stretch. Take like a little step out of your comfort zone every now and then eventually you're going to notice that your comfort zone is going to grow. Like, something that was challenging or like a stretch for you before, it might have stretched into your comfortable ability now. And then what used to be stressful is now within stretch range, if that makes sense. You know? So you don't want to go into territory that is stress for you, because then, like an elastic band, you will snap. But if you stretch yourself very gradually, you know, you can work your way up to more challenging things. So right now, my priority is in challenging myself to work on my falsetto, and then maybe I'll do that more and more and more, and get comfortable, you know, covering a Charlie Puth song one day. I don't know, but yeah. So there's that. That was a very long answer to your question. I'm sorry. Did you have to retrain intonation in singing with your voice dropping? Yes. I already answered that. I'm sorry. I keep answering questions before they're asked. But yeah, no, I had to retrain that, which was super frustrating because I could hear that I was singing off key, and I was sending the signs to my vocal cords to sing on key, but they weren't. And if like that was very frustrating. Like the brain waves didn't align with my vocal cord sound production. So that was super frustrating, and it still happens sometimes. But of course, like I was used to singing in my voice back then for 21 years. Well, I mean, I didn't sing for 21 years, but let's say I'd used my voice back then for 10 years, singing a certain way. It's like I walked on both my feet for all my life, and then one day I decide to start walking on my hands forever. No going back to my feet. I know my brain can send like the signals to my hands, like, okay, move this hand, then that hand. You can walk on your hands, it's possible. But my body isn't trained to do it, so I'll collapse. And also, like, my arms are different, like, from my legs. Like, obviously, like, I'm gonna have to recalculate distances and how long it's gonna take me to get places and stuff like that. This is a really weird metaphor, but it's, I mean, yeah, that's what it's like. I had to relearn how to walk, but on my hands. So the concept is similar, but my body needed to change and adjust. So the signals I needed to send also needed to, be adjusted accordingly. What's your favorite thing about being trans? That's a very odd question. I don't think I have a favorite thing about being trans, because being trans is not something that's like, it's not fun. But it's, it's what it is. And so I don't want to make it seem like, oh yeah, my favorite thing about being trans is this because it's so cool. Like, that's not it. But if I have to pick my favorite thing about my experiences, it's that I got to see society from both sides, which is very insightful. And it gives me a very broad understanding of how society works. Like, I have a very unique perspective on it. So yeah, when I find people arguing about specific topics related to gender, obviously I have a very unique perspective there, because I socially lived as a woman for 20 years. So I think that's an interesting, I wouldn't call it an advantage, but like it's a perspective that I have that not a lot of people get to experience in that way, because I transitioned at such a like late age, I guess. I'm not that ancient, but most people are surprised when they learn, like, if they didn't know me before, like, they're surprised that I only started like transitioning when I was 20. So yeah, and other fun things, I don't know, I guess it's always funny when I casually come out. I like that. It's the little things. I just find joy in that. Casually coming out, people being surprised, getting to educate people on, trans issues and how to be a nice ally. Because a lot of people think they're a very good ally, but they're actually struggling. So I like getting into that conversation with people and getting all the really weird questions and explaining to them why exactly they're weird, and just making the world a little bit more comfortable for trans people to live in through sharing my experiences, hopefully. So yeah, I hope that answers that question. And then not related at all, but someone asked, "What's your favorite Vocaloid song?" My favorite Vocaloid song is probably "Bring It On." It's such a bop. I love it. I got to hear it live, and it was so good. They did the rock version. It was incredible. Yeah, that was really good. So it's by Giga, and incredible. But I like a lot of different songs for different reasons. But I think that's probably my top song. Or it used to be. I don't know if it's changed. I've been working on a lot of Vocaloid songs recently. I have an animal cover on my channel now that I'm very, very proud of, and then I also have been working on Chameleon and Salamander and just a bunch of animal related songs that I'm very excited to post hopefully soon. But yeah, what about you guys? What's your favorite Vocaloid song? That's a topic we can all talk about. If you want to share, that is. Yeah, I think my answer is just gonna be "Bring It On." It's such a good song. Speaking of music, I should have played background music this entire time. That would have been fun. Oh well. Still getting used to streaming. Speaking of getting used to streaming, we're getting very close to hitting my goals. It's incredible. I'm super excited. We're almost at the 50 followers that I need in order to get affiliate, and then I think actually just now I hit my my stream time goal. I have to stream I think 3 more times within the next 2 weeks, which is perfectly doable. And yeah, I think I might be able to do this, especially because you guys are here. I think the most scary thing for me, it's not to get the right amount of hours, but it's to get the general average of 3 viewers per stream. That's the scary part for me, getting the viewers in, because I don't have any control over that, besides inviting friends to please open up a tab. Which you gotta work the system a little bit, but yeah, I really appreciate you being here and listening to me ramble about my experience and just helping me reach my goal. It means a lot. It means a lot more than I can say. It's honestly, it means a whole lot. So yeah, I think I'll go for maybe another 15 minutes, and then I want to rest my voice. I unexpectedly have tomorrow off, so I might be able to do another stream tomorrow, just randomly because I feel like it, or I might record for projects. I'll have to see what my voice feels like. But yeah, is there any sort of content, because I have recordings. I promise you that one recording from my very first time in the studio, I can play that for you. But if there's any projects that I was a part of, like Nine Mermaids or stuff, I have recordings for that. If you're interested in hearing any of my pre-T or during transition recordings now, we can go through a couple if you'd like to hear. But let me grab that very first recording. It's honestly, the most embarrassing thing is probably my accent. that's what I'm most embarrassed about in that particular recording. Let me check. I need to log on to SoundCloud. That's ancient. I might still have some of your pre-T covers you've sent me because, of course, I've always been in love with you and your skills. Thank you. We should still collab on a song. I know, like, way back in the day, I probably have those recordings still, by the way. We were gonna do a Romeo Cinderella collab. Do you remember that? I probably have those still. We should do something about that. Let's see. Yeah, I have all my old, like, Nine Mermaids recordings. I have recordings that I did of guides that I recorded but I didn't sing myself, like in the song. That's also fun. Here's a fun sample. This one is a duet again between my pre-T self and 2.5 years on T. So that should be interesting. Oh God, that's loud. Jesus. Can I play that softly, please? Where can I adjust the audio? Here. God, that was loud. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's try that again, gently.
What type of fool do you take me for, you fool? I am the law, I write the rules. Cause I'm not weak and I'm not faced, I'm just the one to rub my power in your face.
Alright everyone, now listen up please. It is time to meet your new queen. I'm a born cheater, so I always win. Ready for my latest queen to begin. As you know, our family's known for never losing. That is why I'll win and show my fees on, yeah.
Right. And to match your pride, here, have a gold star.
Oh, I love that song. I wish I'd recorded the full Rin part, but I couldn't hit those high notes. So I never did. Otherwise, I would release a full cover, full duet. That would be so fun. Let's see. Oh, this is back when I used to post on SoundCloud a lot. Like, I posted all my projects there. I wasn't active on YouTube at all. Oh, I found it. Okay, so this is my very first studio recording. This is a hot minute ago. It says 11 years ago, so I was 15 when we recorded this. Oh God.
I got a lot to say to you. Yeah, I got a lot to say. I noticed your eyes are always glued to me, keeping them here, and it makes no sense at all. They taped over your mouth, scribbled.
I am so young.
Your little spice.
Oh my God. I sound so European. Like it's so obvious. I mean, obviously I have an accent, but this is on another level. God, that's ancient. Crazy. That's crazy. All right. We can also listen to, I think, Sun brought that up, my recording for when I announced that we were going to replace me in Nine Mermaids. That was interesting. Because what we did was basically, it's fun to hear in old things like that, how you were just mirroring the song instead of making it yours the way you do now. Yeah, well, honestly, I'd love to still mirror songs. I'd love to still mirror them, but I can't. My voice is so... It's changed so much. I can't really mimic other people's way of singing now. Like, I can't really do that anymore because it just doesn't work. So I would, maybe if I could, but yeah, I really had to approach singing in a different way now. But I've learned to embrace that. I think, yeah. I'm getting happier with my voice, because I used to be very self-conscious about the sound of it. The peak of this was probably when I released Miraculous Ladybug cover, which was a song that I struggled to sing. It was difficult for me, but I just loved it so much that I wanted to be the one to sing it. I did a duet with my best friend. It's still on my channel now, and we did it in Dutch and we did it in English, and I was so proud of those lyrics and so passionate about Miraculous that I just wanted to be the one to sing them, even though I knew I wasn't the singer that was going to do it justice. It was a passion project, not so much oh, look how well I'm able to do this song. It was more of a, look how much I love this song, you know? I just loved it. And I got, I dare I say a lot of comments pointing out that I sound weird, that I sound like SpongeBob. I got that so much. I got so many comments of people saying that I sound like SpongeBob, or people agreeing to comments that I sound like SpongeBob. Like, yeah, oh my god. And I'm like, that's not someone I want to be compared to. I don't want to sound like SpongeBob. Like, that's because he's, you know, his voice is associated with sounding annoying, and that really bothered me for a long time. I was like, oh god, I sound annoying, and I'm still like self-conscious about that, because I sound high-pitched, and like I have a nasal way of singing, and just the tone of my voice is high and bright, and could definitely be classified as annoying. But then recently I've listened to more singers with similar sounds without knowing it, and really appreciated them. Like I really started loving higher, brighter voices, and I was like, yeah, they're very talented, they're very good. And then being compared to them now is, that really settled my unease, I guess. I feel a lot more secure and more comfortable now with my range, and I've embraced, you know, sounding like SpongeBob. I don't know if you've seen SpongeBob on Broadway, but that show is incredible, and Ethan, the guy who played SpongeBob, is amazing, has incredible vocal abilities, and I wish I sounded like him, honestly. But yeah, like getting compared to some singers that I really look up to, both in musical theater and in the Utaita and VTuber world as well, has been comforting in a way. I wouldn't want to be considered a discount version of any of them, but you know, it's nice that I remind people of them. I remember one time during a performance that we had for a musical theater concert, someone had walked up to their friend who they came to watch, and they talked to them about my performance, and they were like, that guy should play Evan in Dear Evan Hansen. He really has that sound, he really has that vibe. And then that person came and told me, like, oh, my family thought you should play Evan. And I was like, me? that was crazy. So for people to now, you know, compare me to those roles or those voices, like, oh my god. So yeah, I'll take SpongeBob, I guess. I'm a little bit bitter, but you know, it is what it is. And I've grown a lot since then. I really want to redo that duet. We're gonna redo that duet. Actually, hold me to this. We're doing that duet again. Because Denise has recorded, and I just have to re-record my takes, but it's been such a, like, I guess it's kind of scary. Because now I have to redeem myself, you know? But I think I'm ready to do that. I really want to. Anyway, the Chica announcement, right. So this is my speaking voice. in a Nine Mermaids announcement where I tell everyone, basically this was my coming out to the Nine Mermaids community. Obviously the cast members all knew, but the audience that wasn't active in our Discord server did not. So this was me telling them like, hey guys, you can probably tell my voice is changing. And again, like I'm trying to like kind of force the sound here because I want to make sure that people notice. But yeah, like you can tell my voice is sounding a little bit different. That's because I'm transitioning and we need a new chica, so make sure to audition. That's what this is.
Previously on Nine Mermaids.
Hey everyone, I'm Sky, the director of Nine Mermaids.
Oh my god.
And I have something to confess. It's never really been a secret, it's just not something I felt was worth mentioning in any of our videos or blog posts up until now. It's quite personal though, so I ask you to please listen with an open mind.
Oh my god.
I will be retiring from Nine Mermaids as a vocalist. For the past year, we've been making covers together and it's been absolutely amazing.
Still is.
Our team has always been aware that I'd be quitting. It was something I knew I'd have to do before I even started the group, so please don't feel bad for me. The reason why I'm quitting is actually something that some of you have already noticed. My voice is changing. Truth is, I'm trans.
Bam.
I started my hormone treatment in July last year, and my voice has slowly started changing since then. I had pre-recorded some of our covers to make sure I could still keep going until at the very least our anniversary.
That's what we did. Basically, I pre-recorded a bunch of covers so that I could stretch my participation in the group, but my voice at that point had already changed. So as we released them, my voice had already dropped. So I had pre-recorded some so we could take the time to look for a new vocalist to take my place. Which, by the way, fun little fact, the person who ended up taking over for me is now going by VTuber named Clary the Fairy. Some of you might know. But yeah, and she is doing an amazing job as Chica, obviously. I'm so happy that she joined the group, and she's brought the energy to the role that I never could. And that's not me like giving compliments over my own. Like I never intended to get that role. I never intended to cast myself as that role. It was kind of a, oh well, I guess someone has to do it. And the role I really wanted, we had someone audition for that was absolutely perfect. So I just couldn't take that. So yeah, but she brings it and does an amazing job as Chica, and she's actually, like I said, a VTuber streamer, and I'm going to be her sibling in the future. VTuber sibling. Her model was created by Jerry, who's also going to be doing the art for my model. So I'm super excited, and yeah, you guys should check both of them out, actually. That was the last of the questions that I had prepared, or well, that I had, in the Google file. So if there's no questions left that you guys want to ask, then I guess we're going to be wrapping up the stream here. And of course, if you think of a question later, you can always hop into my Discord server and ask me there. I'm in there pretty much 24/7, so even when I'm not live, you'll be able to connect. I'll be there. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you pop up in the server. It would be really nice to have you there. You are very, very welcome. Be posting work in progress updates, actually. And yeah, astrology stuff, and let's put some background music on. Man, link the Discord. Yeah, the Discord, if you scroll down, probably, I think I fixed it. If you scroll down a little bit, there should be a Discord label. And if you click it, then it should take you to the invite. And if it doesn't, bonk me. It should be there. So yeah. Oh, Tazzy, can you do you also have a Discord command? No, I don't. Maybe I can ask you to help me set that up. Maybe you can help me set up some commands because I'm clueless. I'm I'm baby. Please help. And speaking of which, can you help me raid someone? I don't know how to do that, but I see that Neff is still streaming, so maybe we can raid Neff. That'd be awesome. Awesome. Okay, so this will be my first time rating someone, so I have no idea what to do, but thank you for being here for it. Basically, the person we're going to be rating is Neff, also a VTuber, lewd-tuber-ish, so even though, like, my channel also says no minors, like, this is adult content, we're pretty say-so on here, but, you know, I just want to make sure, like, we're going into territory right now. If you're small, you shouldn't be on my servers because or on my stream because I do, you know, cuss and stuff like that, and I marked it as adult content for a reason. So yeah, but we're now treading into next level territory potentially. They're just playing Raft, so should be no issue. But you know, just in case if that's not your thing, then be sure to hop on off. And then yeah, let's do it. I don't know how. Tazzy, can you help me? Do. I'm learning stuff. /raid and then Neff's username. Just write in chat. Okay, well, that's what I'm gonna be doing then. Thank you, everyone. I'll switch to my end screen. I'll try to do the raid, and we'll see if it goes well. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for writing in the chat. Thank you for, you know, just having my stream open. It really means a lot. It really helps. And I really, really appreciate you. Thank you. And maybe I'll see you tomorrow. And if not, I'll see you in the next stream. All right. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
And I'll take what I want.